Hello and welcome to another mix-up video. And this mix-up video is going to be Kleinpeter Egg Nog. Kleinpeter Farm, Dairy Farm of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Established in 1913, they make a traditional eggnog, grade A, pasteurized, homogenized, shake well, keep refrigerated. It's certified kosher for dairy. Ingredients: milk, high fructose corn syrup, oh yay, cream, eggs, and all kind of stuff. I'm not going to read all that. Okay, distributed by Kleinpeter Farms, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. All right, this is a quart bottle, and it's pretty good stuff. Now I'm going to pair it, mix it up with, now Jeff Lyons, Lyons, Pub of Lyons, of New England Beer Reviews YouTube channel. He said, are you going to ever pair a bourbon with eggnog? Or I thought you would pair it with eggnog. I said, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pair bourbon with eggnog. Here's another local for us. We get it here at Winn-Dixie, genuine Kentucky bourbon whiskey distilled in Kentucky. This is Winn-Dixie Liquors, aged 3 years, bourbon. Bottled by Wide World Importers, Frankfort, Kentucky. In other words, also known as Buffalo Trace. From the Sazerac Company. Buffalo Trace uses the Wide World Importers on this bottle. I think that's just all the ones that go to Winn-Dixie. It's probably a team that handles the Winn-Dixie private label. So there's a man, a jockey with a horse, and a Kentucky horse farm. So Winn-Dixie founded in 1955. They might have had this bourbon all along since 1955. My whole life, Winn-Dixie had private label liquor. Bourbon, Scotch. Winn-Dixie headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida. A lot of Florida viewers would be very familiar with Winn-Dixie stores. Although there you can't buy liquor in the grocery store. You have to go to WD Liquors. We don't have that rule here. All right, this was like $14.99. We had the rum, silver and gold tequila, silver and gold, Winn-Dixie gin, vodka, 100 proof vodka, and probably some others. So it's common here. A lot of people buy it. All right. No coloring or added. No coloring or flavor added. Or would say that it would be bourbon with natural flavors, which apparently is allowed since I see those. But no, it's just a pure whiskey, mostly corn, maybe a little rye, maybe a little malted barley, or even wheat. Doubt that, but if you go on a Buffalo Trace tour, it's very nice and very crowded, so you better make a reservation, and it's free. But I got a feeling you're not going to see them producing Winn-Dixie. Now, what is another common 3-year age Buffalo Trace 80 proof bourbon? Well, Benchmark, there's one. Ancient Age is another. So, but they told me on the phone that each of their bourbons is a separate recipe. They do not repackage the same stuff. Doesn't claim to be sour mash. Ancient Age is sour mash, and I believe Benchmark is also. It doesn't claim to be straight bourbon, although that is weird because it is aged at least 3 years, so it seemed like it would be straight bourbon. All right, but anyway. Smells like corn. Popcorn. Bourbons tend to smell that way. Light to medium body. Mostly dry finish. It's not a lingering finish. It's because it's mostly dry, or if it was a beer, we'd call it crisp. But it's sort of like that. It's very light. So if you want bold, heavy, a bourbon with a presence, a big presence, no, this is definitely not that. And this is made for what I'm doing right now, basically. It's not made for connoisseur sipping, all right? Snap the cap back on. All right. Swish it around a little bit there, get it mixed. Now, if you look at the Tax and Trade Bureau website, they'll tell you how much, what percentage of eggs have to be present in an eggnog. There is a number. Now, there's a new Fireball Holiday Nog, and it has a disclaimer on the bottom. This does not contain eggs. So it's not an eggnog, it's a holiday nog. Fireball. Canadian whiskey with spices. So you could see that the bourbon made the cream and milk sort of curdle there. That's strange. I noticed that the Kleinpeter Egg Nog is very minty. It's almost like they're adding peppermint candy to it, like they're pulverizing peppermint candy and just pouring it in. It says spices, they don't say what kind. Sugared egg yolks. Egg yolks with 10% sugar added, it says. Guar gum. Probably to give it thickness. I don't know what guar gum is. I'm going to have to look that up. Now the eggnog, Kleinpeter eggnog, will cost you much more per ounce than the Winn-Dixie bourbon, okay? So the eggnog is more expensive than the bourbon if you unit price it. A dairy manager at a local store told me he didn't like the Kleinpeter eggnog because he said something like it tastes like mouthwash. And I'm talking about the mintiness, the peppermint. So see, I think that's what he's interpreting, that like mouthwash tends to have peppermint, that spicy peppermint, which is a mint with a peppery note, right? I think they do a good job with it personally. I would give it an A, 9.3 out of 10. I'll give the Winn-Dixie bourbon a B. You know, it's good. 8.3 out of 10. It's good. Can you buy a good bourbon for cheap? Yeah, you can. Will it be exciting? No. All right. But it's sold as a serviceable product. Now, well, it's really, I don't know about that sheen of curdle. It's like the bourbon made that milk curdle. All right, so I'm adding some, or made the cream, I don't know what curdle. All right, cinnamon. Helps it out. All right, so I probably would be inclined to pour the eggnog at the bottom of a coffee mug, about an inch thick, and then a little splash of bourbon in there, and then the black coffee on top. That's probably how I would do it. As a cold, no, I didn't warm it. As a cold sipper, yeah, it's fine. I'd probably score that at 8.7 out of 10. A good little cold weather thing. But maybe some people would want to heat it. I've known over the years people heat the eggnog for wintertime, but I don't mind it cold. Actually, I like it. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. Cold, warm, doesn't matter. All right, so laissez le bon temps relais, an interesting mix-up. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to end this mix-up review by saying y'all go to Baton Rouge and take our Kleinpeter dairy tour.